New hair. Yes, I took my locks out. That's new. Honestly, the idea, shit. Honestly, the idea was to react to the world, turn it from a video diary to a purposeful message. Hold up. Dun 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 dun. Clark Kent, bitch.
Some blusher
Dirty bed, whatever. My sheets is clean now. Change your sheets, dirty ass nigga. Sorry, talking to you, dirty ass nigga. You ain't changed your sheet in 3 weeks. Change your shit.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
To continue from that last segment where I went full Clark Kent on y'all, just react to the news. Like even on like Windows laptops, they have like news segments. Let me see if I can combine this and that without using OBS. This is just on the fly. So like I said, trial and error. Yeah, this should work. All right, so it's recorded now on my laptop. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. No, I'm just playing. None of what I had was recorded. It was recorded on my OBS. So you can see the glare in my glasses because I did the research, but I'm not that dedicated. And what I really wanted to talk about was just react to what's on the internet, I guess. But yeah, salary and a single person needs to live comfortably in every U.S. state. Let's look at that. A single person needs to earn over 6 figures to live comfortably in the most expensive U.S. states. 6 figures. What is 6 figures, you might ask? 6 figures is 6 digits. So 100,000 for the average person to live comfortably, you need $100,000. Before or after taxes? That is the question. Comfortable is defined as a monthly income needed to cover a 50-30-20 budget, which allocates 50% of your earnings for necessities like housing and utility costs, 30% are discretionary spending, and 20% for savings and investments. Again, before taxes. So based on what they're saying here, federal takes out 22% of your paycheck. FICA takes out 7, we'll just say 8. State, which is 5 or 6. So in total, you are paying plus or minus 30% of your money to the government, right? There's such a glare. There's a really bad glare. Can I adjust? I don't know if I can adjust. I really gotta find an alternative just to comb in a fucking TikTok mic, but let me see if I can find an alternative for this. I'm probably not gonna find an alternative for this. But where there's a will, there's a way. Let me finesse this. Hold on. Let me cook.
Nigga, no.
Now, let's just take a look at what is the most recent fumble that the U.S. government did with the taxpayers' money. Why is foreign aid highlighted? We can't help our own people. We'd immediately go to foreign aid. Why does the United States send foreign countries American taxpayer money? The answer is short, is because the U.S. serves U.S. self-interest to do so. Foreign aid represents a good investment for this relatively modest sum. What does this mean? It serves U.S. self-interest to do so. See, what I was talking about in my last video was to think deeper than the surface. This is an example of how to do so. Think deeper than the surface. Ask the questions. See, somehow it's on the internet, It doesn't tell you who America's in debt to. Unless it did, and I skipped over it. But let's just look at what you can't trust AI, but just look what they say. The United States carries a significant amount of national debt, which is the total amount of outstanding borrowing by the U.S. federal government accumulated over its history. A retirement fund also holds a significant amount of debt. Public debt. The public holds over $24.53 trillion in debt. For governments owe a substantial proportion is held by U.S. banks, investors, Federal Reserve, states and local governments, mutual funds, pension funds, insurance companies, and holders of savings bonds. So the country's in debt, and its sole purpose is keeping you in debt so they can keep the country afloat. See, when I tell you they want you in debt because the country's in debt, and if you're in debt, they're taking money from you, which keeps the country afloat, which keeps the country from collapsing. They don't care about you. They don't care about us. They care about themselves, and they keep the elites up.
We the U.S. government, bitch. We don't owe our people a goddamn thing.
So they made $2.6 trillion in federal government income taxes, accounting over 50% of total revenue. Now the AI is saying 4.9. Where is this money coming from? That you are starving your people to help other countries. I know why they send aid instead of stepping in themselves, because they don't want to bring on a war with Russia. They can't afford that. Last time America was at war with Russia, it's just been constant back and forth. They throw shots at them, deny, deny, deny. They throw shots at us, deny, deny, deny. It can get deeper. What's the name? I don't know if y'all like watch X-Men and shit like that, but X-Men had a good spiel on it. It was a conspiracy as to who wanted to start the Cold War, who wanted to start World War III and all that, but that doesn't apply here. It was between the U.S. and Russia. Why? I remember who, I just don't remember the why. Cold War was a period of geopolitical tension marked by competition confrontation between the communist nations led by the Soviet Union and the Western democracies, including the United States. The Soviets resented America's refusal to give them a leading role in international community, as well as America's delayed entry into World War II, in which millions of Russians died. Because America failed to intervene, you're willing to start World War III. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. Soviet expansionism into Eastern Europe fueled many Americans' fears that a Russian plan to control the world. Meanwhile, the USSR came to resent what they had perceived U.S. officials' bellicose rhetoric, arms building, which we did, striding approach to international relations, which we did. In such a hostile atmosphere, no single party was entirely to blame for the Cold War. In fact, some historians believe it was inevitable. Like I said, competition to see whose dick was bigger. Shut up. As far as I'm concerned, it didn't end in 91. On paper. They still doing that shit today. Still doing that shit today. They don't care about you. They want your money so they can keep this fucking country afloat from collapsing. Former Michigan House leader and wife charged with misusing political funds. Let's read on that. Prosecutor charged a former leader of Michigan's House and his wife with financial crimes Tuesday, alleging they milked political accounts for personal travel, housing, and other benefits while the Republican lawmaker was raising millions of dollars for his powerful post. Again, taking money from the people for their own benefits. They do not care about you. And this is way too of a common story across at least my 20 years of life. Way too common of a story. And what happens? A slap on the wrist and a new corrupt politician is in place. Nothing has changed. The game doesn't change, the players do. And the players play the same fucking game. 23 freaking awesome gadgets you didn't know you needed. Fuck out of here. This is all well and good, but whoever's next in line is obviously going to overturn that shit. Especially if they're Republican. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Just be real. Just be fucking for real. They don't care. Or Gen Z are choosing trade schools over college to become welders or carpenters. Smart. Somebody's always going to need plumbing. Somebody's always going to need HVAC. Somebody's always going to need their oil changed. Someone's always going to need carpentry work. Somebody's always going to need to build a new bridge after that bullshit happened down on Key Bridge off 695. But the higher conspiracy guys, they'd say all of that was a distraction for some other bullshit going down. True. You have to find out what it is, but it won't be in mainstream media. Tommy G probably got it. Never stop searching for the truth. Because honestly, some of this shit is just right in here in front of you and it's blatant. They don't care. But they expect you to overlook it because they take just enough truth and mix it in with everything that you like. See, I like cars. That's why you get ads for cars. I don't give a fuck about the WNBA. Why is that there? No disrespect to y'all. It's right here in front of you. Especially me, I'm a young cat. I'm not gonna be a homeowner until I'm like late 20s. But this shit is important now. But it's just enough in the truth for me. But it's just this close, but that far, that I'm going to overlook it and look at the consumer mindset. Cars. I don't even like the Chiefs. Why is it here? Hell, I don't even use whatever this Edge. I don't even use Edge. There's a disconnect between everything that we do and everything that we see. Believe what you want to, but also think deeper than the surface. What encourages you? What keeps you going? What drives you? See, this bullshit doesn't. Anyway. See, all this shit doesn't matter in the end. But what you do does. What I do will. But like I said, I'll keep finding and keep searching for my purpose. But at the end of the day, this ain't it. The time is now that we separate ourselves from what they want us to be looking at. All of this is well and good, and I'm not diminishing anybody who makes content or who makes this platform what it is. This is a good representation of the people make the platform. The people make this entertaining. The people make this worth coming back to. Or not. The people do it. Not YouTube. YouTube is just a name for it. Just like America's just a name. The people make it desirable or undesirable. With that being said, find your meaning, find your why, find your purpose. And don't let anybody diminish that from you. And none of what I just recorded on my laptop was recorded. Curly Edge for the win. Fuck them dread niggas. Real talk. We just gotta do better as a people. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about black people as a whole. We have failed our ancestors at every possible turn. And it is sad. Beyond sad, it is pitiful. They're fucking without a purpose, getting pregnant, thinking that this way of ignorance and blasphemy is a way to live. It's not. And why do you think they keep feeding us that bullshit? because they want us to fail. They don't care. How many times I gotta tell you? It's like fucking a toxic ex. How many times you gonna get fucked before you have enough self-respect to walk away? Message. Or that go over your head. Really end up being another 20-minute video. It doesn't capture, I can't capture what I want to say and what I mean and everything I stand for in 5 to 6 minutes. Y'all got TikTok brain anyway. So really that's it, honestly. That's really it. Yap session of the century. I appreciate you coming and all that good jazz. Fortunately, the audio cut out. Mic died, actually. Should probably charge that. Yeah, I appreciate you. Like I said, we'll figure it out. Trial and error. Appreciate you. Damn, I'm sexy. Anyway, goodbye.